Hey Mariners, welcome back. This is going to be a second part to designing a vase or any shape you would want to with lofting. Um, the first thing I want to talk about real quick is just review of the mouse controls, making sure you understand um, rotations easily. If you use your middle finger, typically if you're a right-hander on the mouse, and you just click with the left mouse button or your index finger on the surfaces that you're looking to see, it makes flipping things around in the software much easier if you do it from up in this area. Outside that cube, you can rotate. On the cube, you can rotate, and then you just click the surface. That's right and left mouse clicks. And then also pressing the mouse wheel down to slide things around is important to be able to do, so you can manage movements. And that's just practice it takes to get that memory down. And okay, so then what we're going to do is add a vase somewhere right next to the initial vase, and we're going to use the planes that we used for the first vase to make a different shape using a polygon tool. So the way that's going to look is you'll open a new tab, create a new part studio, right click and rename. Actually, what am I doing? Sorry about that. You should go back to your initial vase in this case. I'll explain in a second why. It's actually a little bit better if you do this with an origin point and align a new one, but in this case, you guys should be comfortable with doing what I'm going to show you right here alongside of an existing base. So if you hop onto that, what you'll do is you'll just click on these drawing surfaces, and the planes are infinite in all directions. So right now you see an outline that helps you see where the plane is, but you have to understand also you can draw out here. It doesn't have to be on this particular surface. However, you can click on these planes and expand them in whatever direction you want to make it visually easier for you to work. So, click on the bottom here first and start a sketch. This menu changes, and this is what we're looking for is an inscribed polygon. This is able to make everything from 3 to as many sides as you want. As far as here, watch, click top, click where you're going to place the center of this thing. And what you want to do is just for simplicity and alignment, it'll snap as long as you have a line either horizontal, or it should do the same thing if I start to put this line that I'm holding onto here in a vertical alignment. And then it'll snap that way. If you're off on an angle, you don't know exactly where those sides are aligned to. So you see where my cursor is where it's gonna, if you pull that line either horizontally like this or vertically like that, you'll see a yellow dotted line that indicates it's gonna snap that way. So you got to start off just understanding that. And then it's a multi-click tool, so it's pulling out a hexagon right now, which is 6 sides. If I click, it's going to give me a number right next to the cursor there. If I move my mouse inward, it's going to reduce that number slowly or quickly, depending on how fast you move. And if I go outward, it's going to increase that number to as many sides as you want. When you're doing this, you can design the vase with as many sides as you'd like in this case. If you keep it at 6 like this, you just hover the mouse right over that line where it's got that snap, and it's going to keep it there. And then you click again to tell it to place itself. You can always go back here. Actually, I just went to draw another polygon by accident. I'm going to hit the escape key. Oh, that's right. The escape key doesn't work when I'm doing my demonstrations, so I have to right click and escape out of it. The video software I'm using interferes with the escape button on the keyboard for some reason. But you can go back in here after you're done, and you can change it. So I'm actually going to up it to 8 sides just for fun demonstration here. And then you'll click on the next plane. To finish the sketch, click on the next plane. If you want, you can pull this out. You don't need to, but choose the top surface, click sketch. We'll activate the sketch on that plane that we were just working with. This is why at the beginning of this, I was trying to start from a new feature, because everything always works around the origin point when you're working from beginnings in this program. And in this case now, you're not going to have the same orange cube that snaps over the top to align these perfectly, but as long as you get it close, it's fine. So again, I'm just going to make that vertically aligned. I'm going to make my second shape larger. I'm going to move outward until, actually in this case, I get 8 sides. Had a little internet there. Oop. Didn't actually do that part. Okay, so I got to start that over again. The internet just went out for a second, and I'll show you. This is what I mean. You don't have to expand those planes if you don't want to. If your eyes need it, that's totally fine. You can do this. Click, move my mouse outward to get 8 sides. Click again, and you can see it drew that out here. Whoa, I clicked the wrong plane. I'll leave that there. I'm going to go back and right click, escape, inscribe polygon. I just ended up selecting the wrong surface when I was drawing. Sketch down here, flip this around, just cruise through. So I'll do that on that plane. It is visually tricky to keep up with what's going on. And remember, you can always hit the back arrow and undo if you select something that you're not happy with. Maybe more of these. Down here. Okay. So it definitely takes a bit more time to do polygons, but then we're going to finish this sketch. Go back to the loft tool here, choose that. And this is an interesting style of design. And you can see this sketch that I did here is a little bit bigger than I want it to be. So I can go back in there. Should be able to go back in and pull this, make it smaller. The internet here is loading slowly. I'm not sure if this video is going to actually play properly based on it disconnecting the way it just did, but let's see if this works. It's not. Go ahead to relaunch it. Yep. Shrink that one in a little bit. There's definitely an internet glitch. Let's see if this video actually streams, but you can see you can get a much more interesting shape coming out with polygons. And then just, if this video does work, you can right click and add appearance to face and color the surfacing individually. So if I want to do like school colors here, let's do it that way. Right click. Probably go around and select multiple of these and do them together, like so. Click here and here, change it to this blue. Undo. Selected everything. Something's going on with the internet. Do this one at a time. Add appearance to face. Change face color. Gets a little interesting. And then if you have things like the sketch and the visibilities on and you don't want them on, clearly something is wrong. But hide all sketches. Yeah, something is up with the internet. I'm not even going to expect this video to work. entirely the right way. But yeah, there was a glitch because of the internet outage. Let's see if things go okay today. Stop this, post it just for now, and get back to this and redo it later. See you guys.